Daniel Defoe, Robinson Crusoe, Part 129. And though he walks in the midst of so many thousand dangers, the sight of which, if discovered to him, would distract his mind and sink his spirits, he is kept serene and calm by having the events of things hid from his eyes and knowing nothing of the dangers which surround him. After these thoughts had for some time entertained me, I came to reflect seriously upon the real danger I had been in for so many years in this very island, and how I had walked about in the greatest security and with all possible tranquillity, even when perhaps nothing but the brow of a hill, a great tree, or the casual approach of night had been between me and the worst kind of destruction, this, that of falling into the hands of cannibals and savages who would have seized on me with the same view as I would on a goat or turtle, and have thought it no more crime to kill and devour me than I did or a pigeon or a curlew. I would injustly slander myself if I should say I was not sincerely thankful to my great preserver, to whose singular protection I acknowledged with great humanity all these unknown deliverances were due, and without which I must inevitably have fallen into their miraculous hands. When these thoughts were over, my head was for some time taken up in considering the nature of these wretched creatures, I mean the savages, and how it came to pass in the world that the wise governor of all things should give up any of his creatures to such inhumanity, nay, to something so much below even brutality itself, as to devour its own kind. But as this ended in some, at that time, fruitless speculations, it occurred to me to inquire what part of the world these wretches lived in, how far off the coast was from whence they came, what they ventured over so far from home for, what kind of boats they had, and why I might not order myself and my business so that I might be able to go over thither as they were to come to me. I never so much as troubled myself to consider what I should do with myself when I went thither. What would become of me if I fell into the hands of these savages, or how I should escape them if they attacked me? No, not so much as how it was possible for me to reach the coast and not to be attacked by some or other of them without any possibility of delivering myself, and if I should not fall into their hands, what I should do for provision or whither I should bend my course. None of these thoughts I say so much as came in my way, but my mind was wholly bent upon the notion of my passing over in my boat to the mainland. I looked upon my present condition as the most miserable that could possibly be, that I was not able to throw myself into anything but death that could be called worse, and if I reached the shore of the remain, I might perhaps meet with relief, or I might coast alone as I did on the African shore till I came to some inhabited country, and where I might find some relief, and after all, perhaps I might fall in with some Christian ship that might take me in, and if the worst came to the worst, I could but die, which would put an end to all these miseries at once. Pray not all this was the fruit of a disturbed mind, an impatient temper, made desperate as it were by the long continuance of my troubles and the disappointments I had met in the wreck I had been on board of, and where I had been so near obtaining what I so earnestly longed for somebody to speak to, and to learn some knowledge from them of the place where I was, and of the probable means of my deliverance. I was agitated wholly by these